Who doesn't love seahorses and dolphins and hummingbirds? They're these ethereal creatures. As a child, I was utterly enchanted by them. And that hasn't changed as an adult. Man, when Apmex came out with this, low mintage, just 100 of these, I didn't even think about it, just push the buy button. They call it a BU coin, but that's a beautiful proof background if I've ever seen one. The silver is just as spectacular. Beautiful. I got a lot of these. The obverse Barbados shield in the Caribbean. I always wondered, what is that arm and hand holding? Those two sticks. So I looked it up. They're two crossed pieces of sugar cane, symbolic of the sugar industry. So when the slave industry was profitable, it was all about the sugar, like a global cocaine. Cotton and sugar. The dolphin on the left represents the fishing industry, which was also profitable, and then the pelican is Pelican Island. So it's a 1 ounce 3.9 gold coin issued in 2022, only 100 minted. Seahorses propel themselves by using a small fin on their back. It flutters up to 35 times a second. And smaller pectoral fins located near the back of the head were used for steering. There's only 40 known species of this small, enchanting creature. And they're named, obviously, due to their head and neck resembling a horse. The one on the right is very kind of graphic and symbolic. The one on the left is more realistic. It's not a high detailed, high relief coin, but there's lots of detail, which I like a lot. They prefer to swim in pairs with their tails linked together, and they mate for life. Seahorses are the only species on Earth which the male gets pregnant and gives birth. Male seahorses get pregnant and bear the young, a unique adaptation in the entire animal kingdom. After completing an elaborate courtship dance that may go on for hours or even days, the female seahorse transfers her mature eggs into the male's brood pouch, where they are fertilized, the exact opposite of all known species on Earth. At the end of this gestation period, usually lasting 2 to 4 weeks, the pregnant male's abdominal region begins to undulate rhythmically, and strong muscular contractions eject from a few dozen to as many as 1,000 fully formed baby seahorses into the surrounding water. After that, the offspring must fend for themselves. These large litters are necessary because only about 0.5% will survive to adulthood. There's only 47 known species of seahorses on Earth, and 14 of them were recently identified in just this century. They're all moving toward extinction because they live in shallow, near coastal waters, and human activities like development, building, pollution, fisheries, medicines, and chemicals have reduced their numbers. Another cool thing about seahorses is their specialized structures in their skin cells called chromatophores, which allow seahorses to change color and mimic their surroundings, much like a chameleon. So often they go unnoticed. taking on the appearance of the background might be kelp or rocks or coral or sand. So eventually these creatures will be gone, and they'll just be like a fantasy. People will talk about them like, wow, did they really exist?